Good morning, I'm Miranda Khan. Topping your Newsmax Now update. A U.S. official says federal investigators have connected the cyber attack at Sony Pictures to North Korea, but many wonder, where's the public accusation from the White House?
I'm not prepared to ascribe any accountability for this specific act or to describe who might have been the sophisticated actor that initiated it.
Members of the national security team are considering a range of options. And award-winning actor George Clooney calls the hacking an act of terrorism. He says the movie industry has a responsibility to stand up against it. Clooney put together a petition asking Hollywood not to cave into the hackers' demands, but so far he's received no support from fellow actors. Well, the group known as the Guardians of Peace have been spying on Sony Pictures since last spring. They demanded the entertainment giant cancel its upcoming release of The Interview. That film is a comedy that depicts the assassination of North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un. Earlier this week, Sony pulled the Christmas Day release under the threat of 9/11 style terror attacks on movie theaters. Well, the parents of a convicted spy released by Cuba say they don't know where their son is. Rolando Trujillo was freed on Wednesday after nearly 20 years in prison. The Cuban government arrested him for helping the U.S. crack down on a Cuban spy ring in Miami. But his father, who lives in Cuba, says he hasn't heard from his son. Florida Senator Marco Rubio is critical of President Obama's decision to normalize relations with Cuba.
This deal the president has come up with is a terrible trade-off. This is the kind of deal you get when you send your speechwriter to negotiate with a tyrant.
The Republican senator and Cuban-American vows to block any funding that would help build a U.S. embassy in Havana. President Obama is expected to address new U.S. relations with Cuba later today. The president will hold an end-of-year news conference before beginning his annual holiday vacation in Hawaii. That's expected to happen this afternoon. And now another day of mourning for people in Australia. Police found 8 children dead inside a home last night. A 34-year-old woman believed to be the mother of those victims was also found with stab wounds to her chest. Officials say they're questioning the woman about the mass stabbings, but say there's no suspect at this time. Australian authorities are on high alert following a hostage standoff in Sydney earlier this week. And now researchers are on a quest for the fountain of youth. Well, they think they may have found it. Scientists say a daily dose of ibuprofen may help people live longer. I'm Miranda Khan. That was your latest Newsmax Now update.